know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No.
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Ball League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Set 50, plant. Hey, Delta. Topper, Topper.
51. Oh, yeah.
Go out.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
He's got Lee Griffin.
On first down, Gordon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun. Gordon, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ready? Black, what is that?
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Here I come. 41's coming. 41's the Mike.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Levante David. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Strip that ball. Switch. Switch. One twist. One twist. One twist. One twist. One twist.
Come on. Sunday.
Check, check, check 41. Rabbit, rabbit.
Let's go.
Out, 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 out.
Let's go.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready. Black 25 behind.
Draw play, Winston to Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. We don't want this.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The 4-yard pickup, that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Set, ready? 30 base. Hey, zoom.
45. Mike, 45.
Rock it. Check 37, check 5.
From the gun, Gordon. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Shaquille Barrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making...
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Winston. He sets to fire deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Let's go. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. All day, every day, any day. 41 Mike, 41 Mike. Watch it, flip it.
3rd and long for Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
At the 13-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, black 25.
Push him back.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Jameis to throw it. He's got Evans. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to do.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
He's checking.
Throwing on first down. Gordon. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Look at me. Go.
SOS. Say.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Gordon. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On 3rd down, Gordon looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Winston now. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Ready.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Was hoping to make a play there in the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, Gordon. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. It's caught, Jones. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing on first down, Gordon. This will be caught, Tyrell Williams. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Operating from the gun, Gordon. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Miller. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey, Echo. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 45's the mic. Switch up, get it.
From the gun, Gordon. Eluding the pressure right. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check 41. You ain't going nowhere. Mike, 41 Mike, right here. Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. He finds his target, it's Evans. And all the way down to the 27. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
41's coming. 41's the mark. Hey, here we go.
Off the play fake, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Ready? Black 25.
Check, 40. Let's go, defense. Our top. It's our top. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Come on. Let's see what you got.
From the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
54. Pick me up. Here we go. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Hey, wahoo!
On first and 10, Gordon. He completes it to Jones. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Gordon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the delay, Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
That's the way.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Come on. Sunday.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Coming this way. Here we go. Ready.
Now it's Miller. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. Now Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 25 on second down, Winston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Hey, lock it. Fourth down. Hey, high 7. Gone.
Off play action. Gordon. He's going to sling this deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, 87 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Jones. Able to push his way through. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll try the right side with Jones. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Jameis now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff here to his running back. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check 52.
And that'll set them back 5.
Ready. Blue ready. You gotta wedge that. You're not ready. You're not ready. Wait.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Winston. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
On first down, Gordon. Caught by Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Throwing on first down, Gordon. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Looking to throw. Gordon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. He finds Howard complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Ready. Blue ready. 41's the mic. I know he ain't got it. Green, triple T.
Winston to throw. Going for it all. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him.
And he's got it! It's caught for a touchdown! And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1, to get yourself in position.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with 3 seconds remaining. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Raiders, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.